अस्सलाम वालेकुम, वेलकम बैक टू माय चैनल। और आज मैं आपको लेके जा रही हूँ ऑस्ट्रेलिया, जहाँ मेरी सिस्टर इन लॉ आपको एक बहुत ही मज़े की रेसिपी दिखाएगी। तो लेट्स गेट टू हर।
Assalamu alaikum Nasreen, and welcome to today's video. Today we will be making crumbed lamb cutlets inshallah with some sweet potato and potato mash. So to get started, what we need to do is boil some water. I'm now going to add some namak, some salt inshallah. Probably a little bit more. There we go. Now that water's already been boiling, so that's all good. We can pop our sweet potato and potato in now. Okay, I'm going to put the lid back on that so that can come to boil. And then we're just going to boil those till they're soft and we'll mash them when they're ready. So next what we need to do is we need to make our crumbs for the cutlets. So first of all, what you're going to do is trim these cutlets. So at the butcher you might find them already trimmed, but the ones we had weren't, so I just got a knife and I got away all the excess fat because it's not the best if it's all there under the crumb. Okay, so first we're going to, we need to add a little bit of salt to these, just to add a little bit more flavour underneath. We'll just mix that all through. Next we're going to put it into the egg mix. So in this egg mix I've got some milk and egg, just like a dash of milk and 2 eggs. Yeah.
It's alright, they'll let it, I guess.
Yeah. Next you're going to put that into the flour.
Who's gonna introduce me? When are you gonna introduce me?
And you're going to coat that all nicely and evenly. Shake that off. Now you're going to put it back into the egg mix, and it helps too if you can keep one wet hand and one dry hand so that you're not getting sticky crumbs all over your fingers. And now we're going to put it into the breadcrumbs. And making sure to pack it all tightly on. Okay, so that one's all done. I'm going to pop it on this plate. I'm going to do the rest and then we'll continue.
Sure.
So here we have our egg mix. So this is just a dash of milk and 2 eggs and a bit of salt. So I've also got some flour and breadcrumbs. So I'm going to just pop this in here, make sure it's all covered. Next I'm going to pop it into the flour. Press that all in there nicely. Okay, that's all covered. Now we're going to pop that one back into the egg mix. Now it helps as well if you can have one wet hand and one dry hand, just to avoid getting any of the crumb build up all over your fingers. You'll still get a little bit, but this will help. Now into the breadcrumbs. It all on. Okay, so I'm just going to pop this on this plate. That's all ready to go. I'm going to do the rest of these and then we'll continue with the video inshallah. Okay, so now the aloo and the sweet aloo are all boiled. I'm going to transfer them into this bowl. I'm going to add in some butter. We'll start with that amount, we'll see if we need any more. I'm going to add some milk, some doodh. Just a dash to start with. Now I'm adding milk because it's what I have at home, but you can add cream if you'd like. It will just make it a little more creamy and rich. All right, I'm also going to add in some salt and some pepper. Okay, now I've got my potato masher here. I'm just going to mash it all together. Checking for consistency as I go. And some people like their mash to be a little more like sloppy, and some like it more firm, but just see how you go. You can see how the butter is all melting through. Okay, so I'm going to add a little bit more milk. And tiny bit more butter. Also, I've got some garlic to add in, but I'll just wait till everything's mixed and then I'll stir it through. Okay, so I'm just going to set that aside, and now I'm going to add in a little bit of this garlic here. Okay, I'm going to mix that through with a spoon. Okay, so now that's all done. I'm going to leave this one just over here while we get started with frying our cutlets. Okay, so start with the cutlets. We have to put our pan on high heat. I'm going to add quite a lot of oil. This is going to be a shallow fry. Okay, so with the cutlets, we're going to put our pan onto high heat. And we're going to add quite a lot of oil because this is going to be a shallow fry. Okay. I'm just going to wait for that to heat up and then we'll get started frying. Okay, so the oil is all heated up now. I'm going to put these cutlets in. We might try and fit them all in. Okay, so we're just going to cook these on one side until they're golden brown. We'll flip them and do the same. We're just going to be careful with lamb not to overcook it because it can get very dry and chewy. And then we'll be ready to plate up, inshallah.
Now of this part, you know, even though I'm talking in there, but Api, when you're watching this video, you need to go, you know, that fast forward sort of a thing.
With music, so you can't hear.
With music, so you can exactly, yeah. So that sort of editing you need. Otherwise, it's very boring if you're showing the whole cooking time and cooking procedure in there.
It should be like a quick, fast video.
हाँ. आपने जैसे अपनी की भी थी ना सुबह में, वो करके जो आगे बढ़ जाती है, वैसे ही कर दीजिएगा इसको. Temperature is fine. Or while if you want to do it, you can just hold the phone and keep it there, and I'll chop it. But
Well, she can't edit it and you're speaking as
no,
well.
she can, because I saw her video. Then she will cut it, no? If she can't. Even I can cut it because we have got that part where you have put it and they started getting fried. Or I would say, I think it's maybe the time to finish.
Okay, so I think this one's going to be ready to turn over now. Yeah, that's a really nice colour on there. That one might need a little longer.
So I just pause it 3 minutes, 15 minutes, hour, or 10 before I do.
Okay, so these are looking nice and golden brown on both sides now. So I'm going to transfer them to a plate with some paper on, so it can soak up all the excess oil. I'm just going to finish these two off now. Okay, this one's done. Okay, so alhamdulillah, that's all finished now. बहुत shukriya for watching my video. If you like the recipe, please make sure to subscribe and like this video, and I'll write the recipe down for you in the comments if you want to make it yourself. Allah Hafiz.